Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, everybody. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Mexico. And I'm happy to be here with you all today. Please say hello if you would like, where you're joining from, what part of the world. Is it morning, afternoon, or evening where you are? I'm always grateful to be here. And yeah, looking forward to sharing time and space with you all this morning. How has everybody's weekend been? How has your day been? Good morning, Donna. Welcome. Nancy. Hi, J.E. Wow, Donna, congratulations. I think you mentioned that last week, didn't you? How many years? 4 months. 12 years. Wow. January 18th. I think many people get sober in January or February because the holidays are brutal for many people, regardless of if they're an alcoholic or not. And I know for me in my active addiction, yeah, that was always the worst time of year, the holiday season. So much unmanageability, so much messiness. And I got sober February 1st, so not far behind you. I was in jail right now 27 years ago, so yeah. Anyway, thank you for sharing that with us, Donna. Thank you for sharing your time, your anniversary today. Maybe I'll do a live stream on my anniversary. I have been up on the computer researching. I'm super excited. I'm going to be traveling this summer in South America, which I've never been. So this will be a new frontier for me. So I have that travel possibility energy going. Doesn't that feel so good? And I'm planning my birthday, so that's kind of where it's all coming from. And yeah, birthday in summer in South America. So hello, Coach. 8 years in sobriety. Wonderful. Hello, welcome. No, the reading is for everybody. It's a collective reading, so stick around. You are going to be pleasantly surprised if you have not experienced a collective reading with me before, how relevant it can be to you personally. I do offer individual readings one-on-one privately, so if anybody wants a one-on-one reading, they can schedule that as a paid service with me by sending me a private message. I do occasionally do giveaways, which I did one recently for the holiday season and had a very wonderful experience with one of our members in the community here who received a gifted tarot oracle reading with me. It was very powerful and impactful for them. And so, yes, this will be a collective reading for all of us. If you don't follow me, please do so if you care to. I'll share the link for that. I have been a teacher here on Insight Timer for almost 5 years, which is crazy for me to imagine. It's been a wonderful, mind-boggling journey that's still continuing. And I've been doing this exact live stream series for almost 5 years as well. So I have joined with you all most every week without fail. I will be shifting my schedule of live streams next month. I'm going to be offering the same format during the week. So I'm going to be experimenting with adding in a weekly collective card reading and Reiki and Ancestral Clearing session in the weekday morning, and alternating it with the Sunday morning. So stay tuned for that. Give an emoji in the chat or a word in the chat of what your energy is like right now as you're in your day today, if it is morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And yeah, if you don't know me, I'm a spiritual, did I already say that? I'm a spiritual life coach and Reiki Master Teacher. So we can go ahead and get straight into it. So I always like to open with a card from my beloved Michael Singer, who wrote The Untethered Soul. Who all knows this book or doesn't know this book? It is a modern spiritual classic. This was one of my Bibles for a while. I carried this book with me everywhere, and it's one of those books where, yeah, it's great to read through, but also just to open and like see what passage comes to you, what sentence you open to. He also wrote this memoir, The Surrender Experiment, which is a really powerful and amazing story, so I highly recommend his memoir. And if you're new to Michael Singer and you're drawn to his work and you like more of a story, get The Surrender Experiment. If you want to jump just into spiritual teachings, Untethered Soul or Living Untethered. He also has a new book coming out. I don't know anything else about that, but I imagine it must be soon if he's advertising or not advertising, but talking about it. So these are the Untethered Soul cards, and they're quote cards from the book. So I always like to bring his wisdom in for our session today, just to kick us off with Michael Singer's voice in the room. I also have a series of Insight Timer live stream replays that I have done on Michael Singer Talks, where we listen to the talk and discuss it. That is in my YouTube channel, where this live stream is also playing simultaneously right now, and all my replays are over there. So, Michael Singer's quote for today is, "True personal growth is about transcending the part of you that is not okay and needs protection. True personal growth is about transcending the part of you that is not okay and needs protection." So what that makes me think of is I have been living this intention of allowing for probably a year or two now, off and on, with varying degrees of intention and commitment. Allowing is similar to surrender, but it also has a bit of a different flavor. And so this year, especially with the new year, I've just been really focusing in on this energy of allowing. And that means allowing my external experience to be whatever it is, allowing people to be and do whatever they're doing, or anything, weather, whatever, just allowing everything. And I had an awakening last week where it's like I've been externally focused on allowing and I do also focus on allowing my inner experience, but it was more about the outer. And I had this shift inward last week where it was like, can I allow whatever feeling is arising in my heart right now, whatever sensations are arising, emotions, feelings, sensations are arising from the center of my heart in every moment and in any moment? Can I allow whatever is here to just be? Because for me, and please tell me if you can relate to this, I have had this deep, I don't even know what to call it, like way of being, or this deep pattern of having a feeling come up, judging myself as wrong for feeling that feeling, and I shouldn't be feeling this way. So most of my internal experience, there's this constant layer of judgment that is so subtle. And thank God I'm seeing it now, because I didn't see it before. Of just a feeling arises, a thought comes to, and it's judgment of either me or the outside. But then there's this attendant feeling in here, okay, anger, whatever. And it doesn't even have to be labeled as an emotion. It can just be labeled as a sensation, constriction, heat, tightness. It's not comfortable in there. And then I judge myself for having that feeling. But it happens, now it's not subconscious anymore. Before it was subconscious or unconscious. I wasn't aware. It's just been the way I've been, since childhood, since I was told your feelings are not okay, which is a very common experience for most of us, sadly. So I've been really I've been noticing this, but it's getting more aware. I'm getting more aware. So just in the past few days, it's like, okay, I'm practicing this art of allowing. Can I also allow when there's anger, frustration, anxiety, whatever? And I like to label it as feelings, not emotion, or sensations, not emotions. Can I just allow this? And so I've been practicing deeply, okay, this feeling inside, allow. I just allow it to be there. And this is really starting to shift something deeply for me. And so how that fits into this quote, true personal growth is about transcending the part of you that is not okay and needs protection. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the part of me that's not okay. And it's not that the feeling isn't okay. It's just this automatic squashing judgment on top. And it's like feeling rises. It's so close up until now. So this is my journey at the moment. And I noticed there's a big festival outside of my house this weekend and many people, and it's crowded, and I'm trying to get somewhere and want to not mess around with going through all these people, and there's judgments and frustration. And so I practice like, okay, there's a feeling in my heart. When I notice it, can I just allow that feeling? That's it. And it's starting to loosen this deep layer of self-judgment. So, hi Siobhan, welcome, welcome. Jen and Donna can relate. Yeah, for sure. So this is true personal growth, transcending this part. Good morning, Kat. Nice to see you. So I'm even thinking of creating an allowing meditation to help others like practice what I'm talking about, because meditation is a place where we have full focus on, you know, what we're doing. So it's an easy place to start with this rather than out in the world. You can start it out in the world, of course, and it's much easier to notice without distraction, because things are always coming up in our heart. That's just how we're made. So we're going to dive in deeper with Sacred Rebels here, the Oracle deck. And as I told y'all, I'm going to be taking a big trip, a few months trip this summer. I'm going to be going to Machu Picchu, Colombia, and Ecuador. So I'm curious, has anybody been to any of those places? I haven't. But I've been already deep in travel mode this morning because I want to start buying plane tickets. Because I have a milestone birthday this year, y'all. So, anyway. Yes. Okay. Kat, you're so sweet. Do you think I'm 30? 50, baby. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Machu Picchu for my 50th birthday. So, yeah, it is very hard to believe. I kind of laugh every time I think about being that age, because I've never been that age before, not in this body. So, here is our first card. Be the hunter, not the hunted. Be the hunter, not the hunted. We have this owl. An owl is definitely a hunter. I think owls eat other birds, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe not. No, I don't know. Maybe they just eat vermin. But anyway, let's see what this card has to say. So I want you to listen deeply to this message with me. Do you feel you are at the beck and call of circumstances, situations, and relationships that are outside of your control? Is your attention being called away from what you love, from your passionate focus upon your own journey in creative self-expression? Are you feeling roped into becoming a support, a tonic, a savior, and a heal-all for others? There's a big difference between healthy supportiveness in a relationship, which includes healthy self-support, and ignoring your own journey out of misplaced guilt, shame, unworthiness, or the belief that the needs of others are more important than your own. That is not compromise. That is unhealthy and neglectful of yourself. This card brings you important news. You are capable of seeing the truth, outsmarting old patterns, and responding more creatively to craft new and improved relationships. You don't have to be drawn into the dramas of others or the suffering of repetitive struggles. You can become still and intent with a willingness to see the truth. In doing so, you will be open to being shown another way through the inner wisdom of your heart or a flash of insight. There is a message coming your way. This message will be important to you, and you are not to paint it as anything more or less than what it is. Sit with your heart. Take your time, even if there's a deadline for your answer. Resonates with you, Kat? So there's a healing process in the statement that I'm going to say, so I invite, if this message resonates with you, for you to take this in. I am willing to accurately perceive the truth in whatever life situation is now helpful for my spiritual growth and creative awakening. I feel empowered to commit to myself and my path without fear or holding back. I receive this vision through unconditional love, so be it. Excuse me. So, I don't remember us ever having this card before in this reading. And to me, this is a card of boundaries. This is a card of not people-pleasing and not overgiving, and not overgiving out of fear, obligation, or guilt. So I talk about this all the time, even in my coaching and in here. Not doing things in a fog. Are you in a fog? Are you living in a fog of fear, obligation, or guilt? So it says, are you feeling roped into becoming a support, tonic, savior, and heal all for others? Do you feel you're at the beck and call of circumstances, situations, and relationships that are outside of your control? So this is a really clear message for some of you, for you to look for where this dynamic may be happening. Does anything specific come up for any of you? Oh, interesting, Kat. It was at the bottom of your deck. So it says, be the hunter and not the hunted. So there might be a sense that you're feeling like a victim to a situation in some sort of relationship dynamic. It can be any kind of a relationship. But you get to switch your perspective and remember, you're the hunter. You're not being hunted. You're choosing to allow yourself to feel you're being hunted, and that's okay. It's just about noticing. What this reminds me of is the distinction between being an owner of your life and your life experience and being a victim. And, you know, this is very well-known, very well-known perspective, and it's that way for a reason, because the distinction of moving from powerless to empowered victim to responsible is such a miraculous shift. Because when we're in victim, when we're feeling like we're being hunted, we have forgotten our true nature. We are sovereign beings. We are empowered. We are creators. And when we lose sight of that and forget that, we're living in illusion and not in the truth of who we are. You know, everything happens for us, not to us. And that statement is one of the biggest, simplest distinctions of victim and powerless mindset, or hunted in this case, to victor, responsible, empowered, sovereign. Everything is happening for me, not to me. I'll give an example. Living here where I am right now, there's uncertainty with the visa that I'm on. You know, it's just things are more difficult to live here right now on a more permanent basis. And you have to have a very high level of money in the bank to be able to get a more permanent visa. And so, you know, I've been worried about that because I've been here a while now. And, you know, it feels like this is happening to me. There's that energy of I'm powerless, you know, I'm at this moment not quadrupling my income or whatever. And yet, because I am being in action, in what started out as, oh, it's my 50th, oh, I want to go somewhere amazing, oh, I'm going to go to Machu Picchu, oh, it'll probably be better that I stay out of this country a little while. Oh, wow, there's some other amazing places on this side of the world that I could maybe even live in. So I've been exploring these options now of living in another country where I can actually get residency. And if I would have just stayed in like problem victim mindset, my world was very small, of like, this is the problem, this is the box, there's no solution, or it's very difficult and it feels impossible, when now suddenly I'm following just my bliss and what inspires me, and birthday and travel, and then it's like, oh my gosh, there's these other countries that it's quite easy to get, you know, permanent residency in. So now, because I've gotten myself back into possibility, I was in this box of not possible. And then now I've expanded, and it's like, oh wow, there's possibilities around. I couldn't see it when I was focused in on the problem and being in this box. So I felt like the hunted. And now I'm shifted to feeling like the hunter. So this resonates with you, Nancy. And you know, in my life coaching business and the clients that I serve, this is the work that I do. It's really about moving from powerless thinking, victim thinking, things are not possible, into, wow, what is possible? Let's shift our perspective. Let's dive into looking at all of this and do something different and get outside of this limited mental construction. And people have created miracles in their lives, and it's amazing to witness and be a part of. So it's very powerful and deep work, and there's possibility for you, is what I want to say. When you shift out of being in a fog, you know, if you're in a fog about certain relationships, if you're in fear, obligation, or guilt, so we're going to use light seers to get a little bit more information here and see what clarification and other messages come through. We have the Magician and the Three of Cups, which is perfect, actually. Yeah. And then we have the Nine of Swords. So this is the fear part. This is the anxiety, this is the stress, maybe this is the guilt, this is the obligation, this is the fear, this is the blaming and shaming yourself energy for some of you. And it's like these cards are above this, and so it's like you can overcome this. It's about moving again from being overwhelmed and focused on the problem, being in victim mode, to remembering, look at you. You are the magician. You are creating a universe here. You are the creator of your reality. You are a magician. You have everything you need. You have access to all of the elements that you need in order to create what you want. And, you know, you had to go through this to get to this. You had to feel this so deeply so that when you reached this, it feels more sweet. And this needed to happen in order for you to be open to possibility. So these 4 lines represent the 4 elements of tarot: fire, air, earth, and water, which correspond to wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. So this is saying you have all the resources that you need. You are infinite, you are divine. You can see the infinity symbol on your hoodie there. So this all fits perfectly, you know, with this message. Be the hunter, not the hunted. This is the hunter. This is the hunted. And you can even see all these birds above her. So a message or something's going to come to you this week that it might activate this energy for you, and that's okay. And you get to work with yourself and do, you know, as I talked about earlier, that inner work, like the Michael Singer work about the allowing and all of that, and not making yourself wrong, and it's okay. So it's like you don't want to gaslight yourself here or beat yourself up. And it's like balancing allowing for this, but not making this where you live and not staying here. Do not allow yourself to stay here. And anybody that's hearing this message, anybody that follows me or is in my community, you have evolved enough to where you can overcome this. And then we have this beautiful celebration, the Three of Cups. And this also, what this means is, too, you rise. When you rise, you lift others with you. So as you overcome yourself and as you overcome these energies and this part of you, which we all have this part, the wounded child, you know, the traumatized part. When you overcome this, you're going to be able to bring other people with you and celebrate together. You know, that's what this human collective journey is all about. In our own evolution, it's not in a vacuum. My transformation doesn't happen in a vacuum. My transformation, I have helped hundreds of people as a result of my own journey, you know, from this to this. And I'm not saying I'm never here. I get here often. I'm human. But the overarching journey of transformation and into, you know, personal empowerment and all of that, I have brought many people with me. I mean, and they've done the work. I haven't carried them by any means. I've supported, I've inspired. So it ripples outwards. It's not egoic, it's just a natural rippling outwards, our transformation. And you can even see this as like, okay, we're in the middle here and we're creating this beautiful transformation around us. Hi, Terry. You're welcome. Glad you came. Glad you're here. Thank you. And you get to celebrate. So this also might be a time for you to slow down and be like, I'm doing pretty damn good. You know, because when we get on this journey, it can be like, it's never good enough. It's never enough. Because there's always more growth to go. And that's very common and natural, and it's just not the best stance. It's not the best inner stance to have, because we're never going to arrive. So comparing yourself to the past version of yourself rather than this future self that you're never going to reach is what is going to feel more peaceful on the journey. Because we're always going to be evolving upward. So we want to compare ourselves to, you know, bless this version of ourselves' hearts. Bless my heart when I am in this. And wow, look how far I've come. So we also want to like be on our own team and celebrate ourselves here. And have our own back. You can see these ladies, they have their arms like around each other's backs, supporting each other. So yes, you get to walk with your tribe and walk with those you're supporting, and also support yourself. So I'm going to look up the Magician card in the Light Seers and read that. And the Magician is card number 1. So the Fool is card number 0. It's the first card in the tarot deck. And Magician is number 1. So right after the Fool, right after being in possibility, right after starting on the new journey, then the Magician comes. So the intention and the affirmation for you for this card is, I manifest the life I desire through energy and intention. I manifest the life I desire through energy and intention. So again, switching from being the hunter and not the hunted here is going to be what makes it possible and accessible for you to manifest the life you desire through energy and intention. So the keywords for this card are skills, natural talents, power, the ability to manifest your desires, cultivation of interests, having a singular focus, creativity, possessing all the resources you need, and transformational success. It says your faith is the key to your connection, and your connection is the key to your power. So faith is the key to your power. So this is a potent message of your ability to create your life and manifest your dreams. This card asks you to connect to your creator spark. You have all the tools you could ever need. So beautiful creator, go create. So maybe you have naysayers around you. You know, I talked about that fog energy, and this card talked about basically boundaries and not people pleasing and not overgiving and not being codependent. So you have everything you need. You don't. And maybe you feel like you're relying on other people's resources or help. And yes, we all need support, and you get to be balanced with that. So, wonderful message for the week. And give an emoji in the chat for what this reading opens up for you, what you're going to create. And then we're going to get into the Reiki and Ancestral Clearing. So we can go ahead and close our eyes together. And just settle into your body in this beautiful sacred space. And just allow the Reiki energy to move in through and around you. Clearing out any fog. And just allow, surrender, and relax. And just feel this beautiful energy as your body, mind, spirit draws it in exactly where it needs to be for you. And I'll now repeat an ancestral clearing prayer. Infinite Creator, for everyone hearing my voice, for all of our family members, all of our relationships, all of our ancestors and all of their relationships, through all relevant time, space, and dimension. For all hurts, wrongs, judgments, and burdens, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, sexual, and financial, through thought, word, or deed. Please help us all forgive each other, forgive ourselves, forgive all people, and all people forgive us. Completely and totally, please and thank you. For all murder, incest, abortion, rape, infidelity, and miscarriage of all kinds, through thought, word, or deed. Please help us all forgive each other, forgive ourselves, forgive all people, and all people forgive us. Completely and totally, please and thank you. For times we abandoned or were abandoned, withheld love or had love withheld, weren't nurtured, loved, supported, and cherished, and times we didn't nurture, love, support, or cherish others. Please help us all forgive each other, forgive ourselves, forgive all people, and all people forgive us. Completely and totally, please and thank you. Please help us love and bless each other, love and bless ourselves, be at peace with each other and at peace with ourselves. Please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you. Just allow this powerful clearing and healing energy and just breathe into your heart center as you come back to your body. Allow the eyes to float open. Thank you, Kat. Hi, Marcy. Thank you for the donation. For those who have been with me a while, you likely have noticed that when I do energy healing that there will be yawning sometimes. Thank you all so much for joining in this powerful clearing and healing today and reading. Don't forget to follow me here on Insight Timer, also YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and my website. If you care to donate in thanks, that is much appreciated as always. It helps me to continue the work that I'm doing. Thank you, Nancy. And don't forget, you're the hunter. You're not the hunted. You're the magician. You are a powerful creator of healing, abundance, light, and love. And I do want to offer to anybody before we close, those of you who have never received a gifted session with me before, I offer this to my community here in Insight Timer, my powerful visioning process, where we deep dive into where you're stuck and challenged in your life and where you want to go and what you want to create, as this magician card says. So you can send me a private message to inquire about that and get on the wait list. And I will see you next week. And yeah, sending you all so much love and healing and gratitude and appreciation, and also to Insight Timer. Thank you all so much. Namaste.